This is the C++ project by Ian Glover. This is a blackjack game. So I'm going to take you through my code and kind of explain the main structures of it, and then I'm going to do a demonstration of my program. So within my program, I have 5 bodies. I have the main function, and then 4 other functions that are called. I have my getBet function, which basically just checks to make sure that you're not betting more money than you have. My play hand function, which is kind of the main function, which plays the blackjack hand out, and then a get card function for the player and a get card function for the dealer. And both of these get card functions are actually called from the play hand function. Here's the first half of my main function. I welcome the player to the game. I defined 500 as your initial bank value. And then my while loop starts. And as long as the 2 conditions are met, which is 1, the player wants to play, and you have greater than $0, you will continue to play blackjack. I start by calling the getBet function and then eventually the play hand function. I'll explain these next. So my getBet function, the only thing I'm really doing is making sure that the person is not betting more than the bank value. And then I return the bet value back to the main. So in the play hand function, the first thing I do is define the player's hand total and the dealer's hand total to 0. And then I call my get card for the player twice, since when you play blackjack, the player gets 2 cards. I call it once for the dealer because when you're playing against the dealer, the only thing you see is their top card. You don't see their second card. For the get card function, I'm pulling a random number, and then I'm assigning that card value to the hand, whether it's the player hand or the dealer hand. For the player, I also ask whether they would rather have their ace be a 1 or an 11. In the second part of my play hand function, I go through the iterations of asking the player if they want another card. And then finally, when they're done, I go through the process of giving the dealer cards until they reach 17, since they can have to continually hit up to 16. In the last part of the play hand function, the dealer and the player have both finished their hands, and we now have values associated with both. I go through and I compare those 2 values, and then I define a result, and I return that back to main. A result of 1 means the player wins, a result of 0 means there was a tie, and a result of -1 means the dealer won. In the last part of the main function, I've returned that result integer. If the player won and a 1 came back, I add the bet to their original bank value, and then I let them know they won and how much they have now. If the player lost, I subtract that bet value from the bank value and let them know how much they lost. And if there's a tie, it's a wash, and I let them know they tied. The loop will continue until the player decides they no longer want to play, or if they run out of money. So I've started my program. The first thing I'm going to do is choose an initial bet. So in this case, I put in $100, and the play hand starts to go. So I have 15, so I decide I'm going to stay. So it goes through the entire process. The dealer has 19, I have 15. I've now lost money. So I'm going to play again. So now I'm going to bet more. I'm going to bet 50. So you can see here I got an ace, and it asked me whether I wanted to make it a 1 or an 11. So I'm going to keep going, and I've won because the dealer busts. I'm going to keep playing. Another bet. This time I bet 100. I have 19, so I'm going to stay. And I won. So I'm just going to keep going for a little bit here. Here you can see I only have 550, but I'm going to bet 750. So it won't let me do that because it realizes that's too much money. So I put in 100, get another ace, make it an 11. I won with 21. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try now to get to $0 so you can see it basically not allow me to play anymore. Unfortunately, I just keep winning right now, so let me go through this quickly. And I've won again. Of course, only at this point could I win this much. Okay, hopefully this is the last one. I'm going to just stay on 7. Okay, I've lost all my money. Oh, and see, I try to play again and it kicks me out. And that was my blackjack program and demonstration. Thank you. Again, this was Ian Glover, and this was my C++ project.